Hello Simmers and non-Simmers alike, this is Sim Archangel and welcome to my third Sims 4 Let's Play, where we get down to the actual gameplay. Now, in this session, I'm actually going to have to do more than one part for this, I think, because there's really too much gameplay to do in just one session. Videos are going to get very, very long or very, very rushed otherwise. So this is just the first part in which we're going to concentrate on house and garden. See the house we built in the last session. I've made a couple of little tiny changes here and there, especially to the lighting, because the lighting that was there before really sucked. I wasn't very keen on that at all. Okay, I can see my sim here. She's been standing there since I created her in the first episode. Today we're going to actually get her to move around and interact with things. So, just to make it clear, I am in no way setting out here to do something really dramatic. I'm not doing, sim soap opera or anything like that. She's pretty much, I've got autonomy turned on. She's pretty much going to do what she likes. I'm going to direct her as well, just to show how the game works. But I like the autonomy aspect of things. Apart from anything else, if you leave autonomy on, and the options are up here, then in game options and in gameplay, disable autonomy for selected sim. You can if you're the kind of control freak doesn't want them going off and doing anything at all. But in Sims 4, it's actually quite good to leave that turned on. You can have full or, off. It's on or off, that's it. But it's good to leave it on, actually, because if you leave it on, then your Sims will demonstrate some of those nested interactions we've heard about. In other words, they will do things at the same time as doing other things. So, for example, you might tell them to eat their dinner, and they, while they're doing that, will watch television at the same time. So, gameplay could be more interesting and more efficient if you leave autonomy on. Okay, while we're at it, there's some other options here that we might be interested in. We've got the usual stuff with graphics. Mine is set on ultra. Everything's absolutely maxed. You probably won't be able to really get the benefit of that because this video will be compressed, but just in case you play on a laptop, there is a laptop mode down there, just in case your laptop isn't quite beefy enough. What that does is it enables faster rendering, but it does reduce the visual quality a little bit. But if you have a gaming laptop, you probably won't need that anyway. So I've got everything on max, including post-processing. I have to say I'm really liking the lighting and the shadows in this game, and the DOF. I've got to love DOF. I love DOF in my games. Depth of field is really nice. It softens things in the distance and softens those hard edges, gives it a real depth of field, makes it look that little bit more realistic even while it's cartoony. The ones that you're really probably going to want to deal with is in controls and camera here. Now, I just couldn't deal with the camera as it was. It was too Sims 2 for my liking. If you prefer your camera Sims 3 style, you can literally check this button here and it will be the same as the controls for the camera movement in Sims 3. In other words, you'll have greater flexibility. You'll be able to use the mouse wheel for scrolling in and out. If you have that turned off, yeah, it's a little bit more like Sims 2. It's really just zooming in and out. You can't really adjust the pitch. I also like to invert these. I do that in every game. I'm not sure why, it just feels right that way for me. And then you've got your video capture, memories and pictures, disabled by default. So if you take screenshots, which we'll go into in a bit, it will not take a picture of the UI in your screenshot, which is quite nice. But if you want it to be there, then you can, I don't see the point. I like them without it. Okay, and I think that's pretty much all we really need to worry about there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also up here, if you want to take a screenshot, as I say, this is under here is where you will see them. This is memories. You can turn your screenshots into memories or not, view them there, but your memory, the ones you've turned into memories will be visible here. The ones you have not turned into memories will be visible here. Okay, at the moment she's got none. Okay, and the way you take a screenshot, same as ever. Hit C. Hit the C button. Take a screenshot. This will come up. You can turn off this notification, and if we want to make it a memory, then you say yes or no. We won't bother. That was just a random screenshot to demonstrate. Okay, so that's that. Two other things just before we get playing, and that is This tool here, which we touched on last time, walls full up, walls fully down, somewhere in the middle. I like the middle option myself. And then this one here, which goes up to the next floor, or if you don't have a next floor, shows you your roof. So that's just your tools for seeing your way around your house. Right, with no further ado, just have a little look around so you get an idea of the graphics here, so you can see what I mean about the depth of field. Oops, that's inside of my house. And the neighborhood. Now, we'll go into the neighborhood a little bit later on. It's not actually quite as big as it looks. The bit of the neighborhood you can access, as you can see, we can't really access that bit. It's just stage setting, which is kind of disappointing. You get used to the open world in Sims 3. That is something we are definitely lacking here. Okay, so let's get on with it. Got this sim here, not very imaginatively named Kim Sims. And we're going to go into our house and start doing stuff. Alright. Oh, it's down here. They've moved some stuff about. I'm still not used to it. I've had this game a week. Here we go. Okay, so we can see at the moment she is fine. Great, okay. Now the first thing I'm actually going to do, it really bugs me that she's dressed just the same as the girl in the intro. I can't stand that. I'm going to actually get her to plan outfits. The dresser is one of my favourite items in the game anyway. It's got even more flexibility than we've previously had in Sims Time. See that walk? It's quite beefy. So you'll be able to see we can do all sorts of things. Basically just puts you back into CAS. I feel like I've only just got her out of CAS. You can actually change her traits anytime you like, and the aspiration again, and the walk style. So if we decide that tough walk style's getting on your nerves, you can change it back to anything else at all. Okay, in order to go into clothing, you can actually change her hair from the dresser, and you can change her clothing from the mirror as well. But there you go. We just click on the appropriate part of her. There we are. I'm not going to bother with setting up any more outfits at this point. I'm just going to change the one that she's wearing. So much as this looks great, I'm going to just change it out a little bit. I like these trousers. They also demonstrate the enhanced specular shine that we have with this Sims game. If you think the graphics look a little bit, a mixture of Sims 2, Sims 3, what we do have, which is better, is this specular shine. You can just about see that, hopefully, on her clothes there, and also on items within the house and floors as well. Yeah, she likes it too. Okay, we'll change the boots because these Ugg boots really aren't doing it for me. I think the cowboy ones might have to be it. Excellent, that will do nicely. And let's just check out her sleepwear while we're in here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see, do we have... yeah, that's cool. Okay, we'll call her done. Although I might just put her back in her everyday outfit. I'm not really ready for her to have her pyjamas on yet. Okay, there we are. So you can change anything you like, anytime you like in there, and set up 5 outfits per category. Obviously there's no swimwear because there's no swimming pools. That's a huge omission. We're all very disappointed, and I dare say we'll buy it when it comes out in an expansion, but we're not. Doesn't mean we have to like it. Okay, always been part of the base game, not anymore. Not a happy bunny about that one. I said I'd be honest with you. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, apart from that, her needs are okay because she's just come into the game. We'll deal with that in a while, but I'm going to get straight on with the garden here. Okay, so I said we put these planters in. You can plant stuff directly on the ground. The only trouble with that is you need to have something in your inventory in order to be able to plant it. Seems a bit obvious, obviously. If we do this, though, we can actually click on the planters, and one of the interactions, the only interaction to start with, is to buy some seeds. So if we do that, we can buy a starter pack of flowers, fruits, herbs, or vegetables. 35 simoleons. Okay, so we'll just get... Oh, no, we won't bother with flowers. You can't eat flowers. Let's just be, practical about this. We'll buy some fruit and some vegetables, and that comes to 70 simoleons. So it's not cheap, but it is going to make cooking cheaper for the rest of her life, probably. So then those seeds have gone directly to her inventory. The inventory is down here, so all of the stuff that used to be over here is now over here, for anyone who already knows The Sims. So this box here is the inventory. You can see new items come up with a new flag. We do this, open seed packet, and there's our fruits. So, in order to plant stuff, you have to drag items like that, and we can then click on that and she'll come out and she'll plant it. So we're going to plant a banana. No, is that banana? Plantain. Okay, not quite a banana tree there. And an apple tree on that side. We'll open that seed packet. She's acquired the gardening skill. One of the good things about the skills in this game is that they appear immediately as you start doing something. You don't have to wait until you've achieved level 1 in it before it appears and you can see your progress bar, so that's quite nice. Now we've got some vegetables here. We've got carrots, we've got spinach. So let's start this. And obviously these are... Oh, I forgot again. Give me the carrot. Okay, so we'll plant that. And we'll plant some spinach next to it, and we'll also plant that bunch of grapes there. Actually, I think I only need to tell her to plant once, and she will do that for all the plants on the lot, so that's good. Gardening works similarly, so if I say water, she will water the whole garden. Obviously these planters she can't get round the back or round the side, but when there's only a fruit tree in the middle, that doesn't matter. You can also, if you hover, you can see what's planted and the state of it. So it's a yellow face there, so it's kind of, middling. It's okay. It says normal tree. You can, of course, level these things up. Might just even this out a little bit by... Oh no, I might just leave a space there in case I find anything else to plant. You can find collectibles out in the world. Again, probably do that in the next episode. So it's going to take her a while to do that. Good old fast forward mode. Got to love it. That hat looks a little eccentric, but that's okay. She has got the insane trait. Oh yeah, and because she has the insane trait, she can mop in the garden, which is pointless, but hey. Okay, so not a lot of point in her mopping the garden. Let's get her to do something else. So you can see my house here. I've got most things. I've got a bookcase there. It is full of books, as in Sims 3. You can see them there. They're all books to read for leisure, really. There's no skill books anymore. I mean, I've only had this game for a week, so I'm not absolutely up there with it yet, but there don't seem to be any skill books. You learn things simply... But she's still mopping the garden. Simply by doing them. Okay, I'm going to drag what's in her inventory. We've planted some stuff now, so I'm going to drag those and literally just drop them in the fridge like that. Now, probably her fridge has only got those 3 items in it. You can cook even with an empty fridge. We're not going to cook just yet. Look how quickly the garden comes up. It's great. Okay, so we have an easel here. This is one of the items that has quite a lot of options available on it. Not to start with though, and this is the way things go. We'll just get her to do a medium-sized painting. It costs for the materials, and cooking works the same way, as we'll see shortly. It costs for the materials, but then you will get... Now she's instantly acquired the painting skill, and you can see the level meter, and she'll be level 1 when she gets to the top of that. It costs to make something initially, but with a painting it will always be worth more than the initial cost, so you always recoup your money, and of course you can put the paintings on the walls, so it's quite a good way of decorating your own house. And if you get high enough and buy the appropriate traits, again we'll go into traits later, you can actually make a decent amount of money. It's one of the careers as well as painter. Okay, so I'll just speed her through that a little bit. Interest of keeping my video short. There we go, she's finished it. So for the moment it's worth 103. So you see it costs 75, it's worth 103. We can frame it even while it's still on the wall, sorry, on the easel, that's what it is. And we can adjust the height of it. Well, we can if we put the walls up. There we go, we can put that anywhere we like that. Where's she gone? Oh, there you go. And there's the lovely Pixel mod, pixelated. You can get rid of that with a mod. I tend to do that, but I wanted to show the game in its absolutely vanilla state. There is no custom content here at all. The game's been out a week and a half in the US, a week in the UK, and there is custom content already. And she's going to watch the TV. This is fine. I don't really mind. We're just going to take a look at her needs meter, her needs bar here. If there's any pressing needs, they will actually show here. We can see it says needs 0, which means that they're all in a green. You can tell by the plumb bob as well. If we do that, there we are. So she's seeing, and she's obviously bored with that already. Talking with friends. Is she? She doesn't have any friends, and she doesn't, there's nobody, that's quite glitchy. Okay, this game's not without bugs, and I think we just found one. Who's she talking with? Oh, right, okay. Kim's insane, right, so in other words, she talks to herself, she talks to invisible friends. I like that, that's great. That confused me for a moment. Okay, and you can see she was just browsing the web while watching TV. Sometimes they put the stereo on at the same time as watching TV as well. Okay, so we've got the needs here. Bladder, hunger, sleep, hygiene, social and fun. All fairly self-explanatory, really. Okay, the hunger meter tends to go down quite quickly, and we're going to do some cooking just in a moment so you can see how the cooking works as well. So we'll just get her to do that. If we click on here, we know there's nothing in there. It doesn't matter. So we click on cook. All the options that she currently has, and bearing in mind she's done no cooking, so she still has these 5 options, that's all, till she learns the ability better. She can only make garden salad, grilled cheese, a couple of types of cake. That's strange because I can't do cake myself, but who's complaining? Scrambled eggs and mac and cheese. Okay, so let's get her to make, grilled cheese. Yeah, we've got to do it. It's going to cost 3 simoleons. That's for 1 serving. So if you're going to make a family size serving, 4 plates worth, which I tend to do because that means you can then put it back in the fridge and it will be preserved. It won't go off as long as you put it in the fridge. Well, it will eventually, but it takes a while. So that means less cooking has to be done. You can make single servings of everything if you like. There you see, we've acquired the cooking skill, which means I think she probably still can cook the same things as she could before. Yes, there we go. Till we reach level 2, which is going to take a little while, she can only just prepare those things. But every skill that you build up... I missed a photo opportunity there. Oh, you can see she's really great. She can't even put pepper on her grilled cheese. Okay, so every skill you build, they do improve it every time. They do something. There are more options and more options and more. So if you feel like you're a bit limited to start with... Okay. If you feel like you're a little bit limited to start with, that won't last for very long. Okay, so there we can hover over that. Quality good, so she's not done badly, and you can see exactly how long it's going to take until that spoils and gets fly blown and has to be thrown away. So let's just whiz through that a bit. Come on, finish this sandwich. Eating does take longer now, I find. Unless you have a neat sim, you might just have to tell them to clean up. They have a nasty habit of picking up their plate and then just leaving it on a random sideboard somewhere so you don't notice. And then put away the food so that that's still good to eat later. We've got a couple of thousand in the bank here, but I'm not planning on sending her to work absolutely straight away, just because there are quite a lot of other things that you can do in the meantime. Okay, so we've got a house full of objects here. I've not bought a computer yet, but another thing I like to mess with is the stereo. So we've got choice we can listen to or turn on, and there is a difference because if you listen, I think she's probably an alternative kind of girl. If you listen to it, your sim will actually pay more attention to it. They'll gain more enjoyment from it, and you'll get this head bobbing kind of thing going on even when they're cooking or eating or anything else. You can see it makes her happy. So it gives her a happy moodlet, which is nice. You can, of course, dance as well. But be warned, they do really suck at dancing. When they first start, their moves are really quite poor. Yeah, that's not looking too great there. I think we might have a screenshot of her when she's doing this. If she ever changes the move. I've never seen a dance move like that one before. Hey, that'll do. Okay, we'll make that a memory and then we'll check it out in here. There she is, looking like she's fist fighting with nothing. So I think we might make that an embarrassing memory, because frankly those moves are quite embarrassing. You can also put any kind of comment in here that you like. And that will do for now. Okay, and then all of the ones you make into memories will appear here. All other screenshots will be viewable in that tab there. Get a lot of these tips coming up. You can turn them off. I haven't quite found out how to turn them all off just yet. There we are. Okay, so she gets a happy moodlet from listening to that, which will last for 2 hours. There are other ways of getting moodlets as well, of course. If we get her to practice on this guitar I've put here, just turn that off. She'll also suck at this. Of course, right now she will be very bad at everything she does. Acquired the guitar skill? No, I really don't think she has. And just look at the expression on her face there. Even she isn't impressed with her stylings there. No, that's fine. So yeah, it will take quite a while until she improves enough to make decent sounds that you and other Sims will enjoy. Okay, getting a little bit of lag here. Generally performance is very good, but I do find Fraps slows things down like crazy. So I think for now we will leave her playing the guitar. This is where I like to be able to zoom right out so I can't hear anymore. And that's a bit better. And we will join her again for My Sims 4 Let's Play Part 4, Gameplay Part 2, when we will go out into the neighbourhood, we will seek out collectibles and maybe even find some Sims to interact with. Which might be interesting because she's evil, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and yeah, check out my next one when I get round to putting that on.